A WordPress menu or navigation menu is one way that your site visitor can get around and locate various bits of content on your site. This video is going to show you how to add and edit your WordPress menus. Now, this is one example of a WordPress menu right here in the default 2014 theme that I have on this site right now. Let's go ahead and log into our dashboard area and take a look at those menus. Now, I've already logged into my dashboard area, and if you have not or have never logged into your dashboard area, just go ahead and type the URL to your WordPress site up here in the address bar of your browser, followed by /wp-admin, hit enter on your keyboard, then just enter your login credentials in the box that pops up, and then over here on the left main menu, hover over the word appearance, and then come on down here and left click on menus. And by default, you're probably not going to have any menus made. Right here is where you would create a menu. Go ahead and click on create a menu to kind of demonstrate that. Give it a name. You can name it whatever you want. Click on create menu. And you've got a couple of options here. You can check this box here so that every new page that you create from now on will automatically be added to this particular menu. And you can select here if you want this menu to be your top primary menu or a secondary menu located in the left sidebar. Now, to add the clickable links into your menu area, you've got a choice from pages, custom links, or even categories. Now, this is all theme specific. WordPress in general will support multiple menus. Some themes may not support multiple menus. Some themes may support more than 2 or 3 menus, like one for the header, one for the footer, one for the sidebar, and so on. But how you add items here is under pages, for example. You can just select the page you want to be added. You can also view all, or you can even search from the existing pages that you've already got published. Let's go ahead and add this one, and let's add this one as a child, and the sample page. Click on Add Menu. And here we are. Now, this major themes, I wanted that to be a child of the intellectual and moral education page. So right here, I would just hover over it until I got the 4 arrows, and then just left click and drag it a little bit to the right till you see the dotted lines move a little bit, then let go. And you can have children pages as much as you want. You can have a child of a child, child of a child of a child, and so on. And you can also add custom links that are not even within this particular WordPress site. Let's put in, let's say, google.com. Give it a name. This is the name that's going to appear on the clickable tab. Click on Add to Menu. Let's say I want this to be the very first tab that shows up from the left or from the top, depending upon where this menu is going to be located at. Just left click, hold, and drag it to the very top of the punch. And you can also choose from categories. Let's go ahead and make this the secondary menu that's going to be located in this theme in the left sidebar. Click on Save Menu. Now you can also manage locations. Come on up here. And currently the main is as it is right now, and the new main, the one I just created, is located over here in the left sidebar. Let's go and refresh this and I'll show you what it looks like right here. And you see that's the child theme and how it shows up on this particular theme as a flyout. Now if we change these guys around, it'll show up as a drop down. Let's come on up here, and again I'm in the manage locations. I want the new top primary to be the one I just created, and the new secondary to be the original one. Click on Save Changes. Come on back here and refresh. And there we are. And hover over that one. You can see it's now a drop down. These are over here on the left sidebar. Let's go on back to Edit Menus, and I'll demonstrate how to get rid of the menu because I don't like that setup. Go and click on Delete Menu. Click on OK, and now all we're left with is the main. And now, if you come on down here, you can see this one is still selected as the secondary menu, and there's nothing selected as the top menu. And this is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and tidy that up a little bit. Make this the top menu and no secondary left menu. Save menu. Come back here and refresh. And we're back to normal. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video on your WordPress menu. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day. This video is going to cover some of the more important basics of optimizing your WordPress post for search engines. Now, in this video, we're going to cover a few things. One, we're going to create an optimized post after we install a free plugin that's going to help us with our optimization goals for our search engines. And we're going to change the permalink structure of our WordPress site that will further optimize all the posts that we create from that point on. Now, there's a ton of great SEO plugins, but only a few excellent plugins that are free. My personal favorite is the WordPress SEO plugin by Yoast. But the one I'm going to demonstrate in this video is the all-in-one SEO pack that you can find at wordpress.org. Now, the main reason why I'm doing this plugin instead of the Yoast plugin is because the popularity of this one is a little more than that of the WordPress SEO plugin by Yoast. The all-in-one SEO plugin has a little under 18 million downloads, where the Yoast has a little over 9 million downloads. So just based on that alone, we're going to stick with the all-in-one SEO plugin. But before we install and activate and configure the plugin, let's go ahead and log into our dashboard area. And I've already done so here, but if you haven't or have never logged into your admin area or dashboard area, just put the URL to your WordPress site up here in the address bar, follow that with a /wp-admin, hit enter on your keyboard, and then enter the login credentials that it asks for in the box that pops up next. Then you come on over here to the settings option over in the main menu, and then in the flyout menu, click on permalinks. And by default, this is what all of your post links look like. They got the URL to your WordPress site, /, a question mark, a P, which I think stands for post, equals, and then the post number. Not very search engine friendly at all, and for that matter, me as a human being looking at this URL doesn't tell me anything. But it would tell me a lot if I looked at this and it gave me the title of the post right here. That would tell me right off the bat what this particular URL was referring to. And search engines love that as well. Now, how would we do that? Well, pretty simple. Come on down here and click on the radio button for post name as far as the permalink structure is concerned. Now, if you're familiar with the different code snippets for your own custom permalink structure, then by all means go to town, put in here whatever you want. My suggestion, though, would be to stick with just the post name, and it automatically populates what needs to be in here for the post name to show up at the end of your URL from now on. And then you come on down here and click on Save Changes. Now then, we want to head over to the Plugins department and install our new plugin. So click on the Add New link that flies out when you hover over the Plugins link in the main menu. Type in here All-in-One SEO Pack, and then click on Search Plugins. Should be the very top one that pops up. Click on Install Now. Click on OK, and then click on Activate. Now up here at the very top is where your all-in-one SEO link is going to be showing up. And you've got a few options that pop out here in the flyout. We're really only going to be interested in the general settings right now. And by default, the general settings module right at the top is pretty fine just the way that it is. For more advanced users, you can go ahead and adjust these however you like. But the next module, the home page settings, is what you really need to pay attention to. You want to put in the title to your website here. You want to put in a description of your website here and keywords here. Keywords are what people would normally type into the search engine box looking for your site. Now, these keywords should also be part of the title as well as part of the description. That's what they're referring to when they say keyword rich. And if you want more information on what they might be looking for in these various options, you've got the question mark right here that you can click on, get this little pop-down help box, and you also have the help section right here as well. And takes you directly to the plugin creator page for additional information on the entire plugin. But if we scroll on down here, most of this stuff is fine just the way that it is right out of the box. And coming on down here and clicking on Update Options. And that's basically all you need to do as far as configuring the all-in-one SEO pack to get you going in the right direction. Now let's go ahead and create us an optimized post by clicking on the Post link and Add New. You want to enter a keyword-rich title and a keyword-rich content area here for the body of your post. And I'm just copying and pasting this from another document. But I'm going to go ahead and add an image here, and with images as well as the content, you can also optimize those for search engine results as well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Just put the cursor wherever you want to add the image. Click on Add Media. Select from the images or media in the media library, or add your own, dragging and dropping. And with that image selected, make sure that the title and the alt text are keyword rich and related to that image as well as the content of that post. And you can also adjust the alignment here. And I usually do not link this anywhere outside of the actual WordPress post. And you can adjust the size as well. The best way to optimize images is to not rely on WordPress to adjust the size, but adjust the size of the image prior to bringing it into your WordPress post. And that's just a basic normal procedure of creating a post. where the all-in-one SEO pack plugin comes in at is below the body of the post right here. You want to put in a keyword-rich title, keyword-rich description, and a list of keywords right here, comma separated. So I just copied the actual title from above. I'm going to paste that in there. And these keywords, I'm just going to copy those and paste those in the tag box here on the right column. Click on Add. And I'd also want to put it in a related category if I had one, or create a new one if I didn't have one already. And this preview snippet is basically what it's going to look like in the search engine results when somebody types in one of the appropriate keywords that is part of this particular post. Now, right now, this is a demonstration of what the original permalink structure would show, but let me go ahead and publish this. Then come on down here, and you can see what it looks like now after we've changed the permalink structure to a post name. The search engines are going to love this, and as a human looking at this URL, I can tell right away a little bit more about what I'm going to be looking at whenever I click on this link. Okay, let's look at what we've covered in this video. We've installed the all-in-one SEO pack plugin. We've changed the permalinks to be more search engine and human friendly, and created a post that is optimized for search engines, including the image. Now, these are just some of the things that you can do to optimize your WordPress site for search engines. That's going to bring us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day. A brute force attack is when someone, usually a bot of some kind, continues to attack your login page by repeatedly trying to guess your username and password until it is successful and breaks into your site. Now, a couple of simple things you can do to help prevent the break-in is to never use easily guessed usernames like test or admin, and to always use strong, unguessable passwords. Now, this will help against the actual break-in, but not the damage caused by the resources being consumed on your WordPress site server, fighting off all the repeated attempts by the bot to guess your login credentials. This can be helped by a plugin that limits the number of tries by a particular IP address, and then that IP address is blocked for a specific time frame. A great plugin for this is called Limit Login Attempts, and it's totally free, and you can find it at the wordpress.org plugin directory. The problem lately, though, has been that certain bots and their brute force attacks are coming with tens of thousands of IP addresses, which will shut down a server very quickly even if you have an IP address limiting plugin installed. The plugin will prevent the break-in, but will not prevent the massive attack and the eventual crash of your server trying to fight off all those attacks by all those different IP addresses. Now, what I have found to be a quick, easy, and free solution to all these problems is another free plugin called Brute Protect. Let's go ahead and log into our WordPress admin area and install and configure this plugin. Now, I've already logged into my admin area, but if you've not or never have before, go ahead and put in the URL to your WordPress site up here in the address bar of the browser, followed by the /wp-admin. Hit the enter key on your keyboard, and then enter the login credentials that it asks for in the box that pops up next. Then come on over to the left sidebar of the main menu and hover over the plugins link, and then click on the Add New link. And in the search box, type in Brute Protect, and don't put a space in between the two words either. It's just treat it as one word. Then click on Search Plugins, and it'll be the very first option that pops up. Go ahead and click on Install Now. Click on OK, and then click on Activate Plugin. Now, the next thing you'll do is get an IP key for Brute Protect. Pretty simple. Just enter an active email address, then click on Get API Key, and that's it. Then you get the message here saying you have successfully generated an API key. Brute Protect is now activated and ready to keep you safe. It's a good idea to go ahead and copy this and paste this somewhere outside of your site, like on a text document in a folder dedicated to this particular WordPress site. The very next thing you want to do is over here under the Brute Protect link in the main menu here on the left, is click on IP whitelist, and you want to make sure that you have your IP address in here. Usually off to the right will be a box that shows your current IP address, so you simply copy and paste. But because I've got this scrunched together here for the video, this is showing right here at the bottom. So I would just copy this and then paste that right in here. Come on down here and click on Save, and I'm good to go. Basically, that's all you need to do, but you can check out more by clicking on General Settings. And if you want to work closer with Brute Protect and allowing them to have access to some of your stuff, just check the appropriate boxes, click on Save Changes. But all this is totally optional. And before I close out this video, one last thing I want to point out is a very cool plugin called Clef. This only works if you have a smartphone, because this actually removes the need for a username and a password. Instead, you would hold up your smartphone to the login box and the two would communicate with one another, verifying that you are the administrator for this site, and it works great. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and install and set up Clef, and it doesn't take very long at all. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video on preventing brute force attacks on your WordPress site. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.